What is going on in Cape Town? An international fugitive wanted by Interpol is believed to have been found working at the Virgin Active gym in Constantia, which is one of the most prestigious areas in the whole of South Africa. Daily Maverick published an investigation yesterday alleging that this man named Stan Stamanov is actually a Bulgarian criminal wanted for drug trafficking charges in Romania. He's on Interpol's red notice list and was once also apparently a bodyguard for a mafia boss. And apparently he's been working as a personal trainer at this gym for years, but since the report came out, he has been suspended by the gym as authorities are investigating. But guys, this is crazy. Why are so many international criminals hiding in South Africa, especially in Cape Town?
Foreign nationals are not taking your jobs. They're being given to them. I feel like with this whole discourse that we have about foreign nationals in this country, we oftentimes forget that they don't come here and steal the jobs. These jobs are given to them. But why? Why would a person in power or a person who has hiring power then give a job to somebody who's not South African? And this is not confirmed, but this is just a working theory. We have a national minimum wage rate in South Africa. If you pay an employee lower than that, that is in violation of the constitution and of the law. However, if a person is not South African, you don't have to pay them that rate. What then happens? You then pay foreigners who do not need as much as we are entitled to. And when I use the word entitled, we need to understand that we have the best constitution in the world. However, it seems like it's not working for the South Africans. This constitution is starting to be used as an example or a reason to deny South Africans of opportunities. We also look at the situation that's going on with the miners in the country. It didn't start last year, but we only got wind of it, or let me say I got wind of it last year, where we're being told about these miners in Stilfontein, and we're being told about how they have been stealing from the community, raping and, killing people, but still having to go and mine. And I asked myself, who's buying illegal minerals from miners? Because they're obviously there because they're making a living. And then it came out that they are selling these things to big companies because they sell them at a cheaper rate. Registered companies within South Africa need to comply with certain license agreements. However, a Zamazama from Lesotho does not need much, just a pickaxe and whatnot, and it doesn't matter that they're risking their lives. What matters is they're buying the very same minerals, maybe not the same quantity, but the very same minerals from these illegal miners at a much cheaper rate. It is a huge cost-cutting measure. We're wasting our time fighting with foreign nationals. Instead, we need to be focusing on the people that are making it possible for them to come through and cash those checks. Why are businesses being given so much ability to bypass South African laws that are meant to benefit the citizens of this country? Maybe that's a question that Gwede may answer instead of telling us nonsense.
South Africans, I'm reporting this. My story, my response. Minister Gwede, this is my response. I've been applying in government for many years. I'm talking about my current story. Last year, the Department of Transport replied on the vacancies that I've applied online on the GPG system, that I must send the document that I've used there on the system to apply for those 2 vacancies. Then I did send them, those 2 officials from GPG HR team. But at the end, the communication didn't continue. That means the corruption is still there, Minister. That means we are applying on the system just to keep the system busy. Those 2 officials from the GPG system, they didn't even reply to my grievance. I did send a grievance to the department. Even the office of the president has my grievance there. Everyone. Even the minister of transport has my grievance. And I cannot wait to report my story on the national television so that I can prove to the South African that how they use our data on the system to manipulate us. And I've been working in the HR department. I know how this is done. Thank you, South Africans.
Ngiyanibingelela ekseni nje nonke. I make this video as a parent who's very worried about the future of our kids in South Africa. This country is gone. This country is gone. and it is handed over to the foreign nationals by our own leaders, not necessarily the ANC only. Let me start by saying, if you look at what is happening in South Africa right now, there are only two political parties that have pronounced itself on the issue of foreign nationals. It is EFF that has come out clear and said, foreign nationals, regardless of whether they are legal or illegal in South Africa, they are welcome. Then there is Action SA that has also come forward and said, foreign nationals, illegal foreign nationals, are not welcome in this country. And they even went as far as saying, any municipality or province that they will run, they will ensure that they get rid of illegal foreigners. So tell me, which other political party has pronounced itself on the illegal foreigners, except for those two? None. Even the MKP, the one that I'm following, it has said nothing. Doesn't tell us whether labantu bayahamba or bayahlala. We are busy joining these movements or march and march. We don't know whether we are doing things right or not, because MK has never said to us, you guys, you are allowed to do this, you are not allowed to do this. They are not saying to us, illegal foreigners must go or illegal foreigners must stay. They're just quiet. Like, we know what the ANC stands for, but we don't know what other political parties, including the MKP, are planning, are saying to us as their followers. We know the issue of the ANC. Udlomo went there to the school and went there to defend illegal foreigners. The ANC leader, we know where the ANC stands, even though they are not saying anything. ANC prepared for this long time ago, when our eyes were still closed. They knew that they are coming to this government to eat. And they knew that there will be a time where South Africans are going to wake up. When South Africans are waking up and not voting for them, they had a backup, because they gave IDs to foreign nationals long time ago. So that when it's time for them to be out of government, these foreign nationals are going to vote for them. Because you keep on asking, who are these people that are voting for the ANC? No, it's the people they gave the IDs long time ago, the foreign nationals. They know that they've got a backup there. So ANC, we know where ANC stands. So that's part of the issue. There is an MKP, I can't remember whether it's Matsegetsege or who said this is a soft coup. Indeed, it's a soft coup. Look at what is happening. Look at what is happening. Key departments in South Africa are occupied by foreign nationals. One, let's take for an example. In the military, there is a Cameroonian that is occupying a very high position. That means then foreign nationals will be protected by the military in South Africa. That's the first thing. Two, there is this Human Rights Commission that is run by foreign nationals. That means foreign nationals will be protected by Human Rights Commission. The Human Rights Commission will go to court using South African tax money to protect foreign nationals. And we will lose all these cases. Then they are protected. Let's take the issue of that school in Durban. That school in Durban, out of 13 teachers, 9 are foreign nationals. The administration, the staff, the administrative staff, all of them are foreign nationals. Hence, they are accepting only foreign nationals in the school. 2, the ANC leader went there and said they are going to look for a school for South Africans away from the school. South Africans must pay 60 rand a day to go to school. A foreign national must walk to school. A public school, for that matter, that is built for South Africans. Then you are saying we must vote for that government of the ANC. You are saying we must vote for government of the ANC. ANC has sold this country. So coming back to the voters, I don't know, because everyone can see that the ANC is not doing well. But there are provinces that are saying they will still vote for the ANC. I was watching another video at Kokstad. They were painting streets yellow. And I asked myself, who in his right mind is still voting for the ANC? I remembered that there is also a province there that says they will continue voting for ANC. ANC was built by their forefathers. They were born with ANC. They will die with ANC. And one of the reasons, the strong reasons that people in that province are giving, they are saying that province has produced a lot of struggle heroes, which is true. There's no other province that has produced a lot of struggle heroes like that province. But the question, what is the ANC doing for you? Are you voting for the fact that you've produced struggle heroes? The struggle heroes that have done nothing for that province. The struggle heroes who are scattered all over other provinces. They are staying in other provinces, not in that province. South Africa is poor. All provinces are poor. But that province is the poorest of them all. But they are still saying we will vote for ANC. Well, then in South Africa, we don't use brains when we vote anymore. People do not use brains when they vote. We are not voting with brains. We put brains aside and vote with emotions and vote with tribe. Nah, I can never vote for a vendor. That's how we do things in South Africa. And I was surprised that there are also people who are saying they will vote for that VF plus. Even when this guy says, we do not want black votes. We are not going to transform ourselves for the sake of leaning to blacks. This is not a black political party. We are focused on Afrikaners. We are going to be making sure that we service Afrikaners only. And then black people are saying, we will vote for you, sir. But when they talk about Malema, Malema get nonsense. Jacob Zuma get nonsense. Get nonsense. But when it comes to that VF plus leader, say, mindset of the black people. Mindset of the black people. I hope Batubago Northwest have seen that the ANC is not for you. Vote wisely this time around. Batubago Northwest. Le Batubago Limpopo. Vote wisely. I know Free State, they won't vote wisely. They never.